Thank you for joining us.
Thank you.
Okay, so I don't know if Yusuf is there or is he still not there? Okay, well,
he was just talking to me like 5 minutes ago.
oh, good. He's not answering right now.
Yeah, I don't know. I messaged him on Facebook, but he will come probably.
Okay, cool. So let's start. I want to ask you guys: have you ever been outside of Egypt? Of course, you've been outside of Egypt, but I want to ask you, how was your experience? Do you live in Egypt right now? Eva?
No, I have been in Egypt one time, but now I'm living in Lithuania. I like travel a lot.
Okay. So how was it? How was your stay in Egypt?
It was perfect. I love that people, that culture, places. I want to see Egypt again. I hope next year after this corona.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, we hope to see you as well. Muhannad, have you ever been outside of Egypt? Yeah.
I didn't travel anywhere outside of Egypt, but I want to travel. I really like traveling. I like going to new adventures. I like to have a new experience.
Mm.
For example, one day I want to go paramotor. Something like skydiving, but it's like you have your own plane. You just sit, and behind your back is a big fan that can lift you up like a balloon, and you just watch the scene, and it's a beautiful experience. I really recommend anyone to try paramotor. I haven't tried it, but I have seen people do it, so it's really fun.
Mm-hmm. So which places do you want to visit? Definitely want to visit. Which other country?
Alright. I want to visit UK. I have a few friends there. I want to meet them. Also, I want to go to Germany because Germany has a lot of green area. Green area, I mean like gardens, this kind of green. I want to go to Germany for that reason, because I have seen a lot of people saying Germany is full of green areas. So I want to try it.
Me too. I definitely want to go to Germany because I learned German.
Can you repeat that again? Because I didn't hear.
I also want to visit Germany one day.
Oh, Germany is nice.
Yeah. I also learned German, so for me it's important to visit Germany.
Yeah, German is hell.
So Noha, have you ever been outside of Egypt?
I've never been outside of Egypt, but I was born in Saudi Arabia, so I can't remember, of course, living there, but I didn't travel outside yet.
So which country do you definitely want to visit? Noha?
Hello? Do you hear me?
Now I hear
Hello,
you.
do you hear me?
Right now.
Okay. I'd like to travel to Italy too.
It's amazing. Ahmed? Ahmed?
Yes, I'm here. Oh.
Okay. So, have you ever been outside of Egypt? My internet connection is not.
No, I've never been abroad before. Okay.
So, which country do you want to visit?
I would like to settle down there.
Where? Sorry, my internet was. I couldn't hear you.
Okay, I said that I would like to travel to Italy and settle down there.
Like pizza.
Settle down there?
Yeah, I would like to settle down there. Yes.
And do you think you can cope with a new culture?
Why not? Actually, now I can speak Italian, and I have a few friends from Italy, and we keep just like chatting and just like calling each other on Facebook, WhatsApp, however. So I guess yes, I can cope with this. I do like that.
Muhammad?
Yes, actually, I am living in Belgium, studying the master in Liège. So yes, and I have been to some European countries, but the country that I would like to go and visit is Jordan. I would like you know the cave, Kahf, Ashab Ahl al-Kahf. I would like to see the cave, and I'd like to see the fact that states in Quran about it. And also I would love to visit Italy. I have some friends from Italy, so I think for your question about coping with the Italian culture, I think this is the most closest culture to our culture, I think, in my opinion.
Culture?
Yes.
Why do you think that?
Their way of living, I like their way of living. They are kind of similar to our culture, or to our way of living. So yes, I would like to visit Jordan and Italy.
Okay. So Yusuf, are you there? Yusuf, please answer.
Hello?
Hi.
I'm sorry, but I'm just having some technical difficulties.
Never mind.
Okay, now I'm ready.
Okay, so please introduce yourself briefly and then tell us if you ever traveled outside of Egypt.
All right, my name is Yusuf Shaban. I'm 22 years old. I'm a student in the Faculty of Languages and Translation in Paris, English department. My first language English, and the second language German. Right? And I'm a student in the teaching division, so I'm supposed to be an English teacher. And what else?
So you live in Paris, right?
No, I am in the Faculty of Languages and Translation in Paris.
Paris, okay.
Paris.
Sorry.
Paris.
Okay.
Okay, and that's all of it, I guess.
Have you ever been outside of Egypt?
Yes, I've been to Syria when I was young. I'm half Syrian, half Egyptian. And I've been to Sudan. Sudan for I was having like something related to Sanaya Amma. But this is a long story. So and that's it. These are the two countries I've been to.
Oh, sorry. Okay. Basma, are you there?
Yeah, I'm here.
Can you please introduce yourself briefly and tell us if you ever been outside of Egypt?
I am hello, Zakaria, mechanical engineer. I have been graduated since 12 years old. I have an engineer in the project of renew the Haram. Do you know?
No, I don't know.
It was a massive project in Saudi Arabia.
A project? Sorry, can you repeat again? Basma? Basma, are you there? Can't hear you, sorry. Okay, so Abdurrahman.
Hi,
Hi. So can you
how are you?
introduce yourself? I'm great. How are you?
I'm great too.
So can you introduce yourself briefly and tell us if you ever been outside of Egypt or traveled abroad?
Okay, I am Abdurrahman. I am 26 years old. I am from Damanhur. And I have graduated on Faculty of Physical Therapy in Forest University. I have traveled once abroad. It was to Saudi Arabia in Hajj, in Umrah.
You've been to Saudi
It was-
Arabia
it
once,
was-
right?
Right, once.
Okay. What other countries do you wish to travel one day?
UAE, United Arab Emirates.
Do you consider living there permanently?
No, I like maybe to work there. Then I have some vacations to come back to Egypt and have a time with my family. Then maybe I come back again to United Arab Emirates. So that will be great.
So have anyone ever considered living in another country permanently? Eva? Yeah. Eva? Are you there? Eva?
Are you hearing me now?
Yes, I hear you now.
Yes. Okay. You asked about living in other country, but I have no experience like this. I had just spent 2 weeks in Germany because my husband is programming and we had a holiday here.
But
Yes.
do you consider living in another country permanently?
No, actually no.
Why not?
Because I think that in our country it's my family, my friends, all other people, and it's very good place to live because we are all shopping all other places. It's not like we are living very bad, you know, war situation or have no money. And I love my country.
Yeah. And Muhammad? I know you live in Belgium, so...
Yes. So I have the experience already, but I would say living in your country, in your home country, is better if you have a good work and you have like the minimum salary to live in a good way. You know, this could be like better than living abroad. Because as Eva said, you have your family, this is my priority. Then my friends, then you will not suffer from the language and you know how it goes everywhere, and these are like enough reasons to live in your home country.
Yusuf?
Yeah.
Have you ever considered living in another country permanently?
Actually, I did. But for me, also, it will be a great responsibility. And I need first to like establish myself and experience here in my country first, then travel outside to like, because I can't travel without any experience or without anything when it comes to work.
Yeah, but
But for me, I don't mind to stay in another country. That's fine for me.
without
If
your
it pays
family?
good, if the life quality is better, yeah.
Mhm. Interesting. And Basma?
Yeah. Noha? Are you Noha?
No, I'm Salma.
Yeah, are you hearing me?
Yes, I hear you.
Hello?
Yes, I hear you clearly.
Clearly.
Yeah.
Okay.
So,
What was the question again?
have you ever considered living?
If I
Yes. Do you know the question?
yes. I think I lived in Saudi Arabia. The plan was to live in Saudi Arabia permanently. After some event, before some event happened, which make us come to Egypt and live here. Fees, yes, I have considered this situation before.
Mm-hmm. Does anyone know what a culture shock is? Sorry, my German is confused with a culture shock.
Anyone
write
can
it
answer
down in the chat.
in the chat. Oh, okay.
So, does anyone knows what a culture shock is?
Can you see it, guys?
Yes.
Yeah.
Maybe when you travel to another country and you are
With different
charged with,
habits.
yes.
Exactly.
Is that right?
I've sent you in the chat. Is that correct?
Yes. Exactly. So, have you experienced it, Abdurrahman? Or
You mean Saudi Arabia?
yes, maybe.
People there are similar to here.
Kinda, we have the
Maybe.
same culture.
We are Arabs, so people qualities. Yes, the same culture, and we has more people than Egypt.
Mhm.
So we can see people from India, we can see people from Philippines or Thailand or China, I think. So you see different people from different countries.
Yes. Okay. So Muhammad, are you there? Muhammad?
Yes, me.
Yes, you. Have you ever?
Yes, actually.
Mhm.
Yes. Yes. I had a big cultural shock when I came to Belgium at the first time. It was my first time to travel outside Egypt, and this part of Belgium, the people speak French. So I have no idea about anything in French before coming. And I was surprised that every panel and everything in the streets, in the buses, everything in French, no English at all. So, and many people also don't speak English. You have to find a way and to ask them you have to find your own way. And I struggled like for the first 3 months with not understanding anything. Like you must have internet to go everywhere. You don't know where is the shops, where is the you don't know anything in detail. Like people are acting in a strange way for me at this time, and thinking in different ways, and it was completely like strange and a big culture shock. Then after that, I started to get used and understand. Yes.
Something like
And
the
learn
how they waste, how they throw their waste.
French.
I'm sorry, because my internet
Sorry,
my
how do you
internet
what?
is unstable, so I hear you a bit late. You're talking, and then I hear it afterwards. Anyway, so I was asking if something like the waste, how they throw out their waste, and
Yes, the garbage management is it's like a topic to discuss here. It's not all like this at all. You have to separate the food waste and like the transparent plastics and the normal plastic with some metals and the paper and cartons. So you have like at least 4 bags of garbage, and each one of them like in a specific bag. And you know, in Egypt you threw everything in one bag, and that's it. And there are some people who are collecting and do the separation of everything again, and they sell it. But here I think they have like a revenue for this at the end of the year. So and of course they are it's not like showed in the streets, like unfortunately in our country.
yes. So Eva,
Yes.
have you experienced culture shock?
Yes, a little bit when I was in Jerusalem. It was our first trip to this exotic country, and I felt a little bit shocked
Sorry.
because many people, yes, because many people looked at me like I am a strange person. You know, my clothing is not for them, my speaking is not good, and I felt like what I am doing here. But later I tried to do one experiment. I come to that people and said, hello, how are you? And people started to talk with me, and I then felt good. It's like a situation when you understand that people are normal in all places, just you need to act normal.
And have you experienced something specifically that made you feel like this country has another exotic culture than yours?
Yes, how people wearing, how people acting that way, how to say, respect you because you are from another country, and it was very strange for me. They said like, we need to respect you, you are our guest, and so on, and it was really wow for me.
So Eva have used another word, a new word, which is exotic. Does anyone knows what exotic means?
Exotic?
Yeah.
Something that is not usual or like you don't see every day, I guess.
Yeah, it's something like strange or
Yeah.
a strange country, something new. Okay. I guess Yusuf,
Yeah.
have you said that you traveled outside of Egypt before?
Yeah, I did travel outside of Egypt and inside Egypt too. So
Okay, so have you
And I've-
experienced a culture shock?
I did in both scenarios, when I traveled outside and when I was inside too. Like when I went to what did they call it? Rashid, for example. Okay. I've seen a lot of different stuff people do than we do in Alexandria, and I noticed that people in this place, everyone knows each other. So when I went in, I was like strangers in here. So it's nobody notices other people. So it's normal if you walk into like a coffee shop or something, nobody will notice you. But there, people will notice you. And if you travel to Aswan, if you travel to Bursaid, for example, it will be different.
And that for you was exotic.
When I was in Sudan too, the stuff people ate, yeah, the way people deal with each other is different from us. Like in Aswan, people leave their shops open at night, and nobody steals their stuff. They return the next day and it's there. So that's something that we don't experience in Alexandria, for example.
Someone did that here. It's like they are stupid. Because it doesn't happen.
Yeah, if they do this here, if they do this in Alexandria, this will be called strange or weird, because we don't see this here in Alexandria, for example, or in Cairo. And when it comes to outside of Egypt, when I went to the Sudan, the food, the way they ate, the streets, everything was different from what I've seen. So I was confused, and it took me time to comprehend what's happening. But eventually, after 1 month or so, everything became normal to me. Like, this is normal.
Okay. So I wanna ask you guys another question. If there's something you can change about the Egyptian culture or your culture, what would it be? So Ahmed.
Everything.
Ahmed.
Repeat the question.
Can't change, or would you change? I'm sorry.
Something you can change about your culture, what would it be?
Can't.
You can.
I'm right. Can.
Yeah. Ahmed.
Okay,
Are you
Salma,
there?
can you repeat the question?
If there's something you can change about your culture, what would it be?
Okay, it may seem funny, but I guess just like marriage customs and traditions. Okay, that's
So.
we would never, ever be able to change it.
No, but you want to change it?
That's my opinion.
Do you want to
No.
change it?
No.
So my
No,
question was,
I can't change it. I guess I get. Oh, sorry. Is there
Yeah.
anything
You
we can
want.
change about our culture?
you want to change it.
I want. Oh, okay. Okay, I'm really sorry. Okay. I want to change it.
Yes.
Okay, it's the same. The same answer. Marriage tradition customs. Yes.
How so?
And why? Of course. Also, just like maybe can speak to parents. Okay, maybe we can just like make seminars to make them aware of what are they doing. Okay. That's
Okay.
all. It's not gonna be easy.
But why?
Why I want to change this?
Yes.
Really? As if you don't know? Hello.
Okay, but
Are you asking?
Yani, do you think it's not beneficial for our society at all?
No, it's not.
Okay. Does anyone?
Just like we make ourselves overwhelmed with stuff that they are unnecessary. That's my opinion.
Mhm. Does anyone agree with the Ahmed or disagree with Ahmed?
Actually, I agree with him, but
And
the Egyptian norms in general need to be changed.
All of them.
yeah, of course, definitely.
Yeah.
Majority.
Why? And what specifically? Can you specify something? Muhammad. Hold on.
Okay, maybe we can say nepotism. Okay.
An A?
Can you
Excuse
hear
me?
Nepotism. Nepotism.
And that's it. That's. Can you explain it?
Nepotism, just like, for example, my dad works in a company, okay? So after or before he retires, just like he will bring me in this company, okay? And for example, if I would like to finish a piece of paper or something, I do have to pay money, or I can ask, if I have to finish anything or I need to work in a good place, for example, I have to go and ask someone who's very important to call the manager of this company. Okay?
Oh.
I'd like to work in a place even if I'm not qualified for this. You catch me? Or
Like relations and stuff. You use your relations.
Yeah.
Do you wanna?
So nepotism.
You want to change nepotism in our culture?
Yeah, because we can find just like numerous individuals, they work and play in lots of places and they are improper. They are not even qualified. And what are they doing? Nothing. They're just like a piece of shit. I'm so sorry.
Okay.
I'm sorry that I didn't respond, but I had a phone.
Yeah, never mind.
Okay.
So, do you agree with Ahmed? Do you want to change the marriage norms and stuff?
Not just marriage. A lot of stuff happening in Egypt that are not appropriate. Like, for example, in my college, I have students from China, and when we were hanging out, they were surprised or shocked that people cross the road without looking at like the lights, the traffic lights. Okay. If it's green, we can't cross, but we Egyptians, we just cross the road normally. We just look around if there's no cars, we just cross it. And a lot of stuff like this happen. We don't follow the law completely. Sometimes we just mess around with people inappropriately, and sometimes we do follow false trends. We do a lot of stuff to strangers or travelers or tourists. Even when I was in Cairo at Hassan al-Hussein, the way that, like, I remember when I was a young kid, people who were shop owners were like very friendly, but now it is very different. Like, they're forcing tourists to buy from them, or like by force, and sometimes they just cheat tourists into buying some expensive stuff that, like,
do you think that everybody is like that?
I stayed there for like 1 month, and I've been there for like 3-4 times, and every time I noticed like 3 or 4 people doing this. Okay. And like, the Egyptian culture and the Egyptian way of thinking needs to be changed, because that way it's like inferior to the normal stuff that we used to do back then. And when it comes to marriage, when it comes to relationships with people, it's also different, and it's also like most of the time it gives negative vibes. Like, for example, if I love someone and I like go to marry her, for example, but I can't because the fees are like over expensive, and they're not noticing that I'm still a young man at my early stages of life and stuff like this. It's all like depressing and gives negative vibes to the person. And I don't notice this a lot for other cultures. Like, I don't know why, I just see it in the Egyptian culture. I don't know if this happens outside or not, but
yeah,
that's what I see.
So Ahmed, Muhammad.
Okay, I think I would say 3 points. First point is we need to respect the environment and we need to do, or I would say, more sports, all kind of sports, and of course the marriage customs.
Do you think that sports has anything to do with our culture? Or maybe, but I don't know. Do you
Yes,
think?
of course, we actually it's like the percentage of people who are doing sports is very low in Egypt. So, how many times you see someone in the age of your grandparents cycle? Here, I see a lot of people doing that. And how many times did you see like a man with his children, which are like 3 or 4 years old, and he's teaching them how to cycle, and with the helmet and with all the safety equipment, small bikes.
I guess it depends on the social state.
Did
When
you see
someone-
this in Egypt? It's very rare, in my opinion.
Yes, you see it sometimes, but some people have priorities, and they see it as an advantage. If you're trying to help your child to be do sport, it's just something extra. And I think
Yes, it
people have
couldn't be
priorities.
extra. It should be like normal, in my opinion. So, yes.
Yes, I agree with you with the part of the environment also, because people doesn't have awareness of the environment and stuff like that. Basma.
Here, I would think about when I was living abroad, what you I didn't impressed by the cleanliness of the streets and the rules. The traffic there, no one can break the traffic photographed by the camera, and you will pay money. So this was kind of impressive for me, not like is a shock. It is. I wish my country to be like that. This is the that I wanted to change in my country. Respect the rules and the cleanness in the streets. Okay.
Mm-hmm. Peter, do you want to say something?
Yeah, I wanted to ask something. Maybe it's just because, like, two guys said this before, and like I'm a guy too. So I want to ask Yeva, do you have like the same problem with marriage requirements? Like, what is required of the groom to be preparing? Because in Egypt, the groom has to prepare like 75% of the flat they'll be living in. He has to be in charge of the entire expenses for the wedding party. He has to buy a lot of stuff. Is the same thing where from?
Yeah, thank you for your question, but no, in our country, situation is very different. People can have relationship about 1 year, 2 years. When we decide that, oh, I want to marry that girl, okay, then we have a big party, all family, all friends, about 100, 200 people. In Egypt also, I heard that people can have parties like this. But in our country, people feel free to choose. They like partner, they like girl, and they say, hello, how are you? And you start relationship. Family is not included. You can say, oh, we will marry after 1 year relationship.
Mm-hmm. But there's nothing required from him.
it's like it's
I
very
cannot think about the situation. So, like when they suddenly when they decide to marry, is like because here in Egypt the groom has to like bear a lot of the the expenses, like the monetary expenses, the finances.
I have never heard about this.
I'm sorry.
No, I have never heard about this in my country. No, really, it's not like in your.
Okay, thank you so much.
You're welcome.
Then what? How can they afford a wedding? Maybe
In our country?
In your country. Okay, but
It's
in our country, it's so expensive to set a wedding party. And the
no,
price-
it's not very expensive. Of course, it depends on people how much they have. For example, my wedding was not very expensive. We went to the church. It was a ceremony, and then we went to the coffee with my family and several friends. That's it. It's like 5 hours and simple ceremony. Because in our country we understand that we go in church and we say to God that we love this person until death, respect person, and it's all people do this.
So I have a question for Noha and Basma. Do you think that wedding traditions doesn't guarantee the bride some rights because she's like
Doesn't guarantee the wife some what? The bride some what?
rights and
I can't. Rights?
yeah, because she kind of deserves.
Like how I believe. I actually believe that it's not fair for the groom. Like it's too much for the groom to do all this.
Thank you.
Don't you think that women doesn't have women don't take their rights throughout their whole life, and marrying someone is just something that they don't have to, I don't know how to make my point clear, but
It's okay.
we don't take our rights throughout our whole life. So maybe women doesn't have a career, but they don't gain money. When they work, they don't gain a lot of money.
Maybe they
hard
don't
for
get
them.
equal money to their effort or to the same man who works in the same position. Maybe. Is that what you mean?
Yes, I mean there are no equal rights. Gender.
Yeah, I see that, but not in wedding. I see it in different aspects of life, not this aspect.
Yes, I mean just that the women doesn't take their rights and they don't gain a lot of money when they work. And if they are gonna marry someone, they can't afford it. So a man that gain much more money and they have already, life is not fair, I know, but maybe it's something that they lose something and they gain another thing.
I still believe that it's too much to pay all that money for preparation for a wedding. You have to save some money for maybe traveling, maybe doing some other stuff other than a celebration that will end after a few hours. And so
it's not only about the celebration or the party, it's also about the house. They have to get an apartment.
Maybe they should, deal with each other. It differs from a wedding to another. If there is a wife that has money, so why not share with paying some of the stuff,
Maybe, but if she doesn't,
So it's okay, but they don't have to make the groom pay money that he can't afford even.
Actually, the groom doesn't pay the whole process. Only the family of the groom, and also the family of the bride pays also. So I think it's the groom doesn't have the whole pressure on him.
Yeah, I see, but I feel also that it's a lot of pressure, even on the families, not only the groom. We can make it simpler.
Yeah. Lasma, do you want to say something?
It's the last point. My father married two daughters of me and my sister Iman. He paid more than 60,000 pounds in old days. So now he could be paying for 200,000 for her marriage. Not only the groom pay, where the bride families could pay like a half of the expenses. In Egypt, the bride give, buy two rooms and some like this. So life expenses on the groom and on the bride, the marriage expenses. The main point was the flat. It's very expensive in Egypt. This is the main expenses that the man had to pay it, not the woman. But else, the woman share most of expenses with the man. Also, I think we could lower our expenses, but most of people look to the others and search for social appearance. Take into consideration the social appearance. Her cousin married. She bought 3 rooms and she had a marriage in a hotel. Why we must have like her? This is what make marriage expensive these days, is that everyone look at the others.
Yeah, they like showing off. You mean that?
Yeah. Showing off.
Yeah.
Showing off or not showing off. Look at the others. Her last year, her cousin has married with all other stuff. She has married with the so increase more than her to be better than her, something like that, or even get like her to be like her, to be not less than her.
Mm-hmm.
This is what I think.
Yeah, that complicates things really here in Egypt.
Yeah.
So I have another question for you guys. What's a taboo? Does anyone knows what a taboo is?
What's that?
A taboo.
A taboo?
Yeah.
False news?
Excuse me?
False news?
False what?
News, like
News.
false news, yeah.
Not really.
I can say. Just for example, just like in Egypt, smiling, or maybe for example, just like trying to speak a girl, just like it's a bad thing. On the other hand, in another country, it's a good thing. It's okay. Okay, so this in Egypt is considered as a taboo. On the other hand, in another country, it's a normal thing.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, exactly. So a taboo is something prohibited from the society, an act or something, a topic. Maybe.
It is resurrected. It is forbidden by a social or religious customs.
Yep.
Yep. So, what's a taboo in your culture?
Oh.
We can start with Eva.
I would like to know her answer.
Oh, that's my time now.
Yeah, I wanted to ask you, what's a taboo in your
Yes,
country?
I am thinking now about my country, and really, we have very big taboo that people can't, young people can't drink alcohol until 18 years, and other, I don't know, because all people do what I want. Now I'm thinking about my place, my friends, so I can say that they are many religious people, and for them taboo is that they can't live with partner until marriage. It is big taboo in a religious place. They can't kiss partner until engagement. Also taboo for very religious people in our country.
Okay.
And also it is taboo talking about your sexual life.
That's interesting because we also have a taboo, a lot of taboos. So Abdurrahman.
Okay. First, I wanted to. First, I want to tell my answer about the first question.
What first question?
Change a lot of our.
Okay.
It's about what we want to change in our culture. Because I didn't answer.
Yes. Okay. Sorry. Please.
Okay. No problem. Okay. I think we have to change our habits. Maybe people here wake up late and don't like waking up early. Maybe in other countries you see people like it's their habits to wake up early and go to work or have a walk outside or just enjoy the nature by waking up early.
How do you think we can change it?
Okay. How can we change it?
How can we change something like that? Okay, it's a hard question because something like it's based in our culture.
It's hard to answer, but maybe yes. Maybe also when you see someone is reading outside, you see him as a stranger. Is he reading? You feel that it's strange. Maybe we don't consider reading and writing and stuff like that in our society. So when you search about something on the internet, you don't find a lot about creative things. You only find it in English language. So you have to search in English to find some ways to find some creative things, or I don't know why.
And what do you wanna? What's the taboo in our culture?
Do you agree with me?
Yes, I hear you. Have you said that? Do you agree with me, or do you
Just
hear me?
to change our habits to habits need to be changed.
Okay, so
Maybe I know some habits, maybe you know some habits also. Maybe as you also.
As what? Excuse me?
Maybe you have some habits to change, like you said, the garbage and the environment and breaking the law. All that are habits that need to be changed.
Yes, I totally agree with you. So, what's a taboo in your country?
What?
Taboo.
Sorry.
Taboo.
Taboo.
Yes.
Okay. Maybe in my town, Damanhur, maybe people here are interfering in people's life. Maybe everyone knows each one. Most of us know each other, but when we go to Alexandria, we find people that don't know each other. Like I think Yusuf said. I don't remember, but you find everyone is free to do what he wants. Because I don't like someone to interfere into my life, so you find it some way really more freely and abroad. So you find some taboos are different.
So, Muhannad, are you there?
Yeah, I'm here.
I wanted to ask you, what's a taboo in your country?
Can you repeat that again?
A taboo. Do you know what a taboo is? I always say ist because it's in German. So, do you know what a taboo is?
No, I don't know the one.
So taboo is something that is prohibited in your culture or forbidden. It can be a topic, it can be an act, a behavior, something like that. So what is a taboo in your country?
So taboo is something extremely bad. Yeah.
It's something that is the society doesn't accept it.
Society doesn't accept it. Freedom of speech, I think.
Do you think that the society doesn't accept freedom of speech? Why do you think that?
Yeah, for example, Ahli and Zamalek. When Ahli says his opinion about something, Zamalek usually insult him. And otherwise, same as Ronaldo and Messi. People who like Ronaldo will insult people who like Messi.
So do you think people are a bit closed-minded, narrow-minded? Or they don't accept the other opinions? Right?
People don't like to believe other opinion. I don't know why, but yeah, that's what I think.
So is there a topic, a certain topic, like you can't talk about football, soccer in Egypt?
Yeah, politics.
Politics.
Yeah, also like politics as well. Yeah, you can say your opinion about politics.
So I agree with you sometimes. So Basma.
Yeah, I'm here.
Have I asked you? What do you think here taboo?
Taboo is to have a different opinion from your parents. I think this is the taboo I would like to change in Egypt. If you have a different mind with your parents, there will be problems and some consequences on this. You must follow your parents' opinion and not follow yours.
But on the society level,
in your life.
On the society level, is that not accepted?
I think most of Egyptian society don't accept anyone. They say that if he didn't follow his parents, he don't respect them. Even it was your life, and in your opinion, I think this is a taboo that in Egyptian I would like to change.
Okay, so Yusuf. Yusuf, are you there?
Yeah,
Hi.
I'm here.
So,
The question is, what's a taboo in your country or in your culture?
well, there's a lot of stuff. Like for example, you can't talk about politics openly, and you can't talk about religion. You can't talk about sexuality. You can't talk about a lot of stuff. Because here in Egypt, people like don't accept others' like ideals or thoughts like lightly.
Mm-hmm.
But for me, like for example, for me, I can listen to someone, but for me, I still follow the Egyptian traditions. Like for example, if someone talks about like religion or politics, I'm okay. I can listen to you, but I will not follow you.
Mm-hmm. So you can accept other opinions, but you don't. You kind of can't change your opinion. You don't like to change your own opinions.
No, I follow what I believe in, not what others do. And this is a problem here in Egypt because sometimes, like for example, I don't like football. I'm a man and I don't like football. If I tell anyone else that I don't like football, they're like, "What? How can you?" Yeah, I don't like watching football. I don't like to listen about football. I don't like to get in arguments about football. I just don't like it at all. Okay, and like for me, I love watching. I love watching like boxing or like racing stuff like this. It's very weird for Egyptian males in general. When I tell anyone that I hate football, they're like, "This is impossible. How could you like, do this? Why?"
Mm-hmm.
So in here, like the norms or the typical stuff Egyptians do. You're expected.
Yusuf, do you play football?
No, I don't, and I don't like it. I hate it.
Okay. I think it's not the problem with you not liking to watch football. I think people would have more problem with you not liking to play football, because to us it's like it's the national sport. It's like not liking ملوخية, for example. Like
yeah, I don't like mahshi, for example. مثلا.
Don't like ملوخية.
I don't like ملوخية.
This is a big problem. No, we cannot do
We
this.
cannot accept it.
Yeah, you cannot accept it. That's because I think football is very competitive to the point that it makes people like go in wars, like Ahli and Zamalek, for example. I'm sitting there chilling, drinking my coffee, and all of a sudden two people fighting over the two clubs, and they're like, our players are better, and they're like, our players are better. Like, you don't own the club, okay? You're just a spectator.
Yeah, but this is something
Okay,
something
so
unique because I had a friend from the US last year. He was here and he wanted to watch, like, he wanted to go to a cafe and watch a football match because he hears a lot about how Egyptians deal with their football matches. It's something unique that we have. Like, not a lot of countries are this.
No, actually, in America, my friend from Texas, they are very strict when it comes to football, American football, okay?
Yeah.
And hockey. These are and what else? Baseball.
They are into
Like the Yankees and the Rednecks, and a lot of stuff happen, and a lot of stuff. Like problems. Okay, but that's that's my opinion. That's something related to me. But when I tell anybody that I don't like football or I don't like the sports they like, they're like, how?
Yeah.
Why? And for example, when I tell anyone that I don't like mahshi, for example, I don't like ملوخية, I don't like the heavy food or the food that is like very sweet. Also.
Krishna.
Is turned upside down, and you have to make it, you have to turn it over really quickly because it's you know haram or forbidden, and it's of no sense for me actually.
What were you saying? Sorry, my internet connection was unstable.
No, it's okay. I was saying that we all it's this taboo that when we have a shoes that is turned upside down, we have to turn it quickly to its right position because it's haram or forbidden.
True. Or maybe because, I don't know, Satan will do something.
Yeah, I don't know actually why, but it's not something that we can tolerate here. We have to make it right quickly.
I think it's more of a social thing more than religious, because when I looked it up, I didn't find anything to specify it to, like, you have to flip the slippers on the other side.
Okay, what is what does it reflect if you leave it like this in the society?
I don't know. Actually, I have no idea. Like, why? For example, why does the blue eye like stop hasad, for example?
Yeah, that's a taboo too.
That's like weird. Like, why? Or for example, why do people hate dogs in Arab countries?
No,
I
people
think
don't
this
hate
is
dogs.
because of religious reasons.
Yeah, like for example, I love dogs and I'm more of a dog person, even though I had like 13 cats, but I raised one dog and I love this dog so much. Okay, and like for example, when I'm walking on the beach or walking on Corniche, for example, people stare at me like it looks like they have this look like why are you raising a dog? Or
They fear you, Joe.
someone told me before that like it's useless to raise a dog because there are a lot of people who are poor and can't find food or eat, and you're just spending money on dog. Like,
But not all the people here have this mindset.
not all of them, but a lot of them. Like,
Yeah, actually.
especially the older generations.
But Muhammad said something.
Yes.
They fear dogs, right?
Yeah, people fear dogs. Yeah, people who don't know dogs usually fear dogs because they only look at them and they watch their teeth, or they I don't know what they say. It's kimama. When you wear kimama, they just
The
feel
mask.
like the dog is the threat.
It's called a muzzle.
Muzzle, yeah.
Yeah, muzzle.
Actually, it's because also most of the people who raise dogs are like the bad guys. You know, when you're walking and there's some kids having a dog that is not on leash, and the dog is like, they hit the dog and the dog is like aggressive,
Yeah, this is a big
not trained. This is an issue, and recently the government made a law that you can't walk a dog without a muzzle and leash on. If you don't do this, your dog will be taken and you will not see it again, unless you pay a fee like $5,000 pounds, sorry, which is a lot.
Eva, do you want to say something?
Yes, I have to say that I need to go now because I have little girl and also a cat. They want to have my attention now, but I really
Just
like
remembered.
this conversation. I hope to see you next week, and I really like to talk about different cultures and all things. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Eva.
Thank you, Leva. But please, before leaving, we would like to take your feedback on the session. So I think
Yes.
of Mohammed to try to reach you for feedback, okay?
Okay, of course.
Thank you so much.
Thank you. See you.
Bye.
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 So,
I want to say something about the dogs as well.
yes, please.
One day I was walking on the street, and there was a street person with a dog. Okay. I usually don't fear dogs. I actually like dogs. So I walked beside them, and for some reason the dog tried to attack me. I didn't try to make any sudden moves. I didn't try to provoke the behavior. I didn't try to do anything at all. It was a Doberman dog, and he just tried to attack me for some reason. So I asked one of my friends who usually raised a lot of dogs, and he is actually selling the puppies. And I told him about this kind of behavior. He was trying to attack me for some reason. I didn't do anything at all. And he told me it's about the treatment he get as a puppy. It's like you're raising a child, and it's about how you teach the child. But the child is a dog in this case.
I can agree to that. I was a dog owner once, and I seen a lot of accidents happen because owners do not train their dogs properly. And the way of treatment, like for example, punishment. Like when I want to punish my dog, I tell him I don't give him treats. I stop giving him pats or pet him. I just look at him and say, "You're a bad boy," okay? Other owners or the kids hanging around with dogs, they just hit the dog like in a very violent way. So the dog will develop this violent act. So when another person or a child or anyone approaches the dog will act ferociously because of the way he was raised.
Mm-hmm.
And for some reason in our culture, the more aggressive the dog, the better. And this is I don't know why. If you have an aggressive dog that attacks anyone, that's cool. That's nice.
I guess they have it for protection. They want.
No, actually, my dog.
Aggressive.
I train my dog to attack or defend me on command. Like when I say attack or catch, he goes, and he doesn't leave my side. Like if I'm getting attacked, like directly, the dog will stay beside my leg on leash, and he won't move unless the other person approach me too much, and I give the dog the command that the dog is ready. Okay, but other than that, the dog will not do anything unless I tell them so. I tell them to do so because dogs are supposed to be obedient to their owners.
Yes, but how do you train them? You have to train them. You have to.
Actually, training a dog is very easy. You can check on YouTube. The canine, like they release videos to how to treat your dog, how to train him, what treats you give him, the scenarios and situations you will face when you have a dog like with other dogs.
Mm-hmm.
Because sometimes they just fight, and sometimes it ends up in a bad way. So you have to know when to deal, what to do, and what happens if your dog bites someone with mistake. Like if a mistake happened and a dog bites someone,
Mm-hmm.
how to deal with it, how to open his mouth, how to treat the injury. There's a lot of stuff that Egyptians are not aware of it when it comes to having a pet.
Yeah, just like having a child.
Ideas about
Excuse me, pardon.
Rahman, you want to say?
I like to talk ideas about training his dog. For me, I am always afraid.
Abdurrahman, we can't hear you.
Okay. Do you hear me now?
Yeah, that's better.
Okay. I just say I fear dogs not for a specific reason. Just I fear them because when I am walking in streets and I find some dogs are walking with their owner. They don't control them. They just make them free to do what they want. So I afraid to if some dog attack me or something like that. So I try to be away from them. But some people try to make humor with dogs or with people, and that may annoy me. And I don't like dogs just for this reason, but not for a specific or specific thing. Just that annoyance.
No, let me tell you something. You might not believe this, but when I was young, I had the phobia from dogs. Actually, like
okay.
I couldn't see a dog in the street. When I see a dog, I just run. Okay, but then when I was introduced to dogs, I was very afraid, but the dog approached me like in a nice way. So I took him, I petted him, and after an hour or so, we became like very good friends. And I was also afraid when, like I had this fear inside me, like when the dog jumps or plays, like, and especially male dogs are like sometimes they're kind of aggressive when they're playing. But when time passed, it became normal. Like my dog became huge in size, okay, and it was normal for me. Then when I saw other people dogs. By the way, if you have a dog, you will become very social because you'll have to hang outside for like every day. You will meet other people, other owners. You will talk with them. You will like socialize with them. And the problem.
So you can understand any dog.
Yeah.
So you can understand any dog in front of you, right?
After time, I developed a way to deal with dogs. All you have to do is when a dog approaches you, you have to stay still, don't move. Like let the dog sniff you and do whatever happens. And when a dog is like being aggressive or like trying to like warn you or something, just act cool. Don't look at his eyes. Don't make eye contact. Just walk normally. The dog will just keep like giving warnings, and then he'll leave. Okay. A dog will not attack you or bite you unless it's rabid or its owner gave it an order to do so. And rabid dogs don't move in packs. Like if the dog is alone and he starts acting violently, you have to like step away because this dog might have a problem. But when dogs are together, this means they're fine. Like rabid dogs don't stay in packs. Okay. So
for me, I can't understand the dogs. Wow.
Yeah, I know because for showing off, sometimes to take it to attack someone, it is becoming like weaponized more than being a pet. Okay.
Yeah, some people think
if it were a stand,
it's funny to make the dog attack someone. They
if it were a standard that every owner treats his dog well, so I can be I feel relief in my inside that he is trained, so he wants to do something for me. So I am relaxed. But we see some people are making fun or just making a humor with dogs, so that make you afraid. You don't know this dog is good or may attack you or not. There is no standard,
Look, people who take dogs for showing off, they don't usually like train their dogs. Their dogs are not trained, so don't be afraid of a dog attacking you. Okay, but if you showed,
Rahman, this is very interesting. We're sorry to interrupt.
The time is ended, right?
We need to session because we have another session at 8:30. This is a very interesting topic, and we try to give you more time to talk, like together, like personally. But just for this, we need to finish this session because we have another session in 5 minutes. Okay.
Okay.
You came today.
No, actually, I had so fun talking to you guys.
And we think that you can have even more fun if we could have to divide the numbers, because I'm happy that people are bringing their friends, but we think that we won't, like usually when we had our sessions in like real life. By the way, Salma and Noha, you can please like get ready for the next session. Okay, Salma, you need to stay here because of the you are the host.
Yeah,
okay, just give us a second. Okay, so we want to have people talking. I don't want to talk with your friends. But okay, so we're trying to make another session on Saturdays if you want to attend, because we're trying to have like each podcast should have like maximum 5 guests, so everybody can have time to talk. So like to please try to consider Saturday too. We are increasing times so we can have less people at each session, so more people can have the time to talk. Okay. Thank you so much for attending. I have a few things to say. After each session, we try to take your feedback on the session. Like, what did you like? What didn't you like? Did you have a problem with the instructor or with Zoom itself? So we ask this question every time. Would you want to have your feedback taken through a written form or through a Zoom call?
Writing down.
Yusuf would like to have a Zoom call. Okay, Basma?
Like usual. Form.
Ahmed?
In a forum.
Muhammad?
Or
Word. Muhammad?
I would rather a 4.
Abdurrahman?
A4.
Thank you. With every session, as we take your feedback, we'd like to know our feedback, okay? So if you would like to have everybody here who didn't have their feedback last week. Did everybody get their feedback?
I didn't.
Abdurrahman did their feedback. Okay, you will have your feedback from this session and last session too.
Okay.
Okay, Yusuf, would you like to apply to?
Yeah.
Would you like to have your our like would you like us to give us our feedback on your presentation?
I have no problems.
Okay.
Anything would work for me.
Okay.
It's my first time, so I'm just getting used to it.
No, it's no problem. It's better that we like try to follow up with you from the first time, so we can keep your progress.
Okay, no problem.
Okay, great. Every session we do, we record it so we can have it on published on YouTube, so you can check the session later. And we also try to add new words we had every session in the and we post this video on YouTube too, or on Facebook too. Check
No
the
problem.
video on Facebook.
Yeah.
To go through the session and check the new feedback in the description. If you want to like revise the session, see if you want to say anything differently, if you want to like read the feedback we gave you and try to sync it up with the session, you're free to do so. And we also try to release like a 10 and 5 minute version of the session, just to recap what happened.
Okay.
Just check those and to be familiar with how we try to help you with English. Okay?
All right.
Thank you so much for coming. We'll be waiting for you next week.
Thank you.
Thank you so much.
Okay.
Goodbye.
Bye bye. Bye bye.